Knuckleheads, the verbal sparring between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has begun, and it has gotten very interesting, right? So first and foremost, it looks like in a very recent interview, Canelo Alvarez said, Terence Crawford, I respect him. He's a talented fighter. He's a great fighter. But who has he fought? He's only fought one big name, and that's Errol Spence. Terence Crawford also said about Canelo Alvarez, listen, man, let's not do that. You moved up in weight class and you lost. I moved up in weight class and I won. So I'm enjoying this little back and forth verbal sparring between the two that look like they're going to be fighting each other in September in Las Vegas. It sounds like the fight is almost finalized. It sounds like the terms are agreed to. They just got to put pen to paper. But what I want to say about both of them is, as much as I enjoy this little back and forth, and as much as they are trying to minimize each other's accomplishments, both of them are engaging in what the kids nowadays call cap. I think it's all cap. I think it's all lies. I think it's all misrepresentations, right? What do I mean? Well, first and foremost, let's look at Terence Crawford's resume, right? Look at the guys Terence Crawford has on his resume. Since his 20th fight with Bradis Prescott, it's been pretty impressive, right? He's fought, again, Prescott. He fought Ricky Burns in Scotland, Yuriorkis Gamboa, Ray Beltran, Thomas Delorme, Thierry Jean, Hank Lundy, Victor Postol, John Molina Jr., Felix Diaz, Julius Ndongo. Some of these guys at the time were considered to be very, very good fighters. Jeff Horn, who had beaten Manny Pacquiao in a very controversial but still close fight. Jose Benavidez Jr., who was probably, in my opinion, Terence Crawford's toughest fighter, one of them. The older brother to David Benavidez Jr., Amir Khan, Mean Machine Kavaliauskas, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, David Avanesian, and Errol Spence, and not to mention, last but not least at all, Israel Madrimov. I mean, Terence Crawford has a real deep resume, knuckleheads. Now, I also think what Terence Crawford is saying is a half-truth as well, right? Because when Canelo did move up, and he's moved up quite a bit as well, but when he really moved up, he fought Sergey Kovalev at light heavyweight and knocked him out. So both of these guys are going back and forth. They're trying to minimize each other's accomplishments. Maybe it makes them feel good. Maybe it's gamesmanship. Maybe they're building up the fight. Whatever it is, it's got us talking. It's got us excited. Now, what I actually think about this fight is I think Canelo Alvarez is a bit too big, right? And I think it's extremely coincidental that Canelo Alvarez says Errol Spence is the best opponent that Terence Crawford has, because I see this fight between Crawford and Canelo similar to the fight between Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia when he came up a couple weight classes to challenge Spence. He thought he saw something there that he could expose. He went in there and did his best, but I think after a couple rounds he realized, whoa, this guy's too big. This guy hits too hard. Let me just try to survive this thing. I think we'll likely see the same thing with Terence Crawford, and I think you'll see Terence Crawford definitely land some shots and have some success, but I just think we're asking a little bit too much from Terence Crawford. It's a fight we all want to see, but to expect Terence Crawford to win this fight as great as he is, as fantastic as he is, I think we're asking a little bit too much from Terence Crawford. I give him a lot of credit. I think he has way more to win in this fight than Canelo does, because if Canelo wins, they're going to say Terence was too small. If Terence wins, they're going to say, wow, this guy's the GOAT. That's what's going to happen if Terence wins this fight. They're going to say he's the GOAT. But for Canelo, they're going to say, well, he's too small. This was another Amir Khan or similar situation. It's a lose-lose for Canelo more than it is for Terence Crawford, who, if he loses the fight, which people would expect him to, still looks like a brave, amazing fighter who moved up several weight classes to challenge himself and be great, regardless of whether he comes up short or not. Knuckleheads. So that's my thoughts on what I think will happen in this fight and what I think about this verbal exchange between the two. Tell me what you think about the verbal exchange and about the fight. Who do you think wins this fight, knuckleheads? Let me know in the comment section below. After you do so, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the channel. It's just $9.99 a month, and you can help me continue to drop daily content for you guys and escape the rat race. Don't miss our live podcast tomorrow. It's every Monday, typically around 6 p.m. I'm sorry, it'll be tomorrow, Tuesday, but typically it's every Monday around 6 p.m. We'll try to go live tomorrow. We go live after all the big fights. So join, subscribe. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this one.